r/AskWomen. Monina says, what's something that has improved your mental health that you wish you started doing earlier? Wold_Foxes says, not giving a frick about dudes. Thanks feminism. Should have showed up in my teen years, but you came through in my mid-20s, and I'm so grateful. Piggy Wig says, ghosting people who aren't good for me, quit smoking cigarettes and deleted Facebook. Puzzled_rhubarb_1822 says, exercise, my dog and magnesium calm. Tennessee Waltz says, leaving my toxic workplace and taking antidepressants. See Rihanna's name 65 says, honestly, regular physical exercise, to whatever extent I'm able at any given time, including at least a portion of cardio. When I'm working out regularly, it brings my mood up, and I feel more balanced. Dal Helix says, following the rationalist philosophy of that unheralded 20th century American social philosopher, Popey the Sailor, I'm what I'm and that's all that I am. But that doesn't mean I can't get better at it. Nicole 9389 says, somatic experiencing trauma therapy is one of many. Yeah BB yeah says, going to therapy. No_collection_6724 says, putting myself first and saying no. Not letting what people think of me distract me from being happy. Muffy Writes says, meditation, specifically mindfulness meditation. Lil Green Goddess says, an actual skincare routine. Tay Mayday says, therapy. Exercise. Being selfish with my time and love. Lil Titty 4250 says, antidepressants and a planner of the year recommended by my therapist. I write down what I do that day, whether it is dishes, making an important phone call, or going to an appointment, and it really seems to help me remember that I'm not sitting around doing nothing every single day. I do a lot and it's exhausting, but now that I can see it in front of me, it is very rewarding and helps me keep track of things. Puzzlehillated_cut3103 says, isolating the frick out of myself. People always cause me problems. Phenylethylamine says, taking supplements for vitamin D, iron and magnesium deficiency. Getting an ADHD diagnosis. Semper Zafira says, just started this like 2 days ago. Doing what I want to do, even though I'm in a relationship and my BF always wants me to watch TV with him. I don't give a you know what about half the shows he wants to watch, so I've been going on walks and doing my art. And trying to motivate myself to be a better human and not be so lazy. I'm just afraid what it's gonna do to our future. Tazarin says, asking for help from loved ones when I need it. I never felt like I was allowed to have needs or take up space. Turns out that's wrong. And I can express myself to my loved ones who render aid and a sympathetic ear when I need one. Nobody will leave me because I've asked for support. I don't have to do everything alone. I'm not a burden. It took decades for me to have this epiphany and to start communicating properly. Also, I've been working on my physical fitness, decluttering and living more simply. I'm a material gal, and shifting focus has brought some improvement in my mood and well-being. r/AskWomen. Beginning_ad 2013 says, how did you learn to trust others? How did you learn to overcome trust issues and stop assuming the worst from others? Buttersugarig says, I trust that people might not always know what they want and say what they mean. And I trust that people can make mistakes. There's only very few people that are trustworthy and only time will tell. Thoris_ says, I learned the hard way to not trust anybody but myself. I have nothing against anyone, no hard feelings or complaints at all. I'm just self-reliant now, and I always keep the possibility of someone betraying me, in any measure, open so there are no surprises. Maybe because I have been hurt in the past this is a response to it. I don't know. But I find more peace in not trusting anyone, and finding they were trustworthy than the opposite. Aloof Logic says, I give people the benefit of the doubt. Even when they mess up, I still see the best in them. I trust them until they've made it impossible for me to continue doing so. r/AskWomen. @Dorkwood1635 says, what are your experiences with going to an esthetician? Pink Pixie says, it took me a bit to find mine due to scheduling, but once I got acclimated, it was very comfortable. I go every 3 to 4 weeks for a Brazilian wax. Thisnal below says, I actually just booked a chemical facial this weekend, but before this, I have had good experiences, as long as I have gone to a professional who actually looks at my skin and makes recommendations before starting. I would just tell them I have sensitive skin before booking anything. @Dorkwood1635 says, I want to go, but I do have sensitive skin, so I've been hesitant. I don't really have trouble with acne, but do get occasional pimples. My main issue is clogged pores and redness. Historical Magician 24 says, amazing. Been going to mine for 12 years and she's become a good friend now. Midnight Fire Huntress says, awesome. My city has a ton of great ones. Each one I've been to has been amazing. Very friendly and fun. Fruit Snack Eater says, pleasant. They've always been professional, gentle, and reassuring. No Filter No Limits says, wonderful. Kind, judgment-free, made me feel shockingly comfortable in extremely exposed positions. r/AskWomen. Angela 639 says, when did you start noticing that you are actually pretty? Dumbigeral 101 says, after I broke up with my first boyfriend at 17. He had me convinced I was not beautiful, and it took breaking up with him and seeing how many guys started asking me out to realize I was actually hot. Milhunt says, I got coupon for professional photo shoot including professional makeup. When I saw photos for the first time I saw that I could look beautiful. Thebulous Blue 1 says, I don't think I am, and I don't really care. You're more invisible to men when you're not pretty, and I like that. I feel like if you're prettier you have to deal with so much more shit, but people just leave me alone. Laville Wins 14 says, about 3 years back, when I made some friends who would click my pictures. When I saw them, I realized I'm actually beautiful. I had hardly taken any pictures before that. Gcroc84 says, it wasn't until I was in my 30s. I have my days, but for the most part I'm aware I'm attractive. Not like model hot but hot enough. Indie_gal75 says, in all honesty I feel like I have good days and bad days. Some days I think I look stunning in the mirror or in pictures, and sometimes when I'm feeling pretty shitty, my flaws tend to stick out more and I pick on my own insecurities about my looks. That's my long answer. The short answer is, if you do get a lot of compliments, not on social media but in person, from others around you, then that's a sign that you are objectively pretty. r/AskWomen. Pagngitty says, what's gotten you through this week? Westrade says, I wouldn't have gotten through this week nearly as well if it wasn't for my friends. Usually I'm a suffer in silence type of person, but finally daring to trust and rely on someone and not having to face everything alone made a huge difference this week. I've tried to express how grateful I am and how much it meant to me, but I felt my words didn't even come close. Finishing Insomniac says, THC edibles, and the anticipation of beginning a big project in the front yard. A dream that dream says. Reddit. Potato Best 4667 says. The paycheck I'm getting today. Mom. Hope for my future. Dr_Julian_Hellism says. Lithium. KM69 says. Ice cream and orgasms, / Oishio42 says. This too shall pass. ALH0425 says. It's been a rough one for me, major relationship issue came up, and my job is making us return to the office, which sucks because I moved 2 hours away from said office in September. Also have had a UT all week. Honestly, the only thing that keeps me going is my pets. They need me. They love me. Nothing in life will ever change that. They also give great cuddles when I need them the most. Katrina Shadowly says. Goalie fights. They're usually rare and precious jewels, but something's in the ice in hockey this season. Sarah 420 Sativa says. My THC gummies. Drunk Enknita says. Knowing that there's a big ol' Guinness waiting for me in about 4 hours. That's all for this video. Was it good? I know not, for I'm a robot. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. This video is the product of an automated process.